Just about every seller wants to get their house sold for as much money as possible. Some want it to sell quickly, some have the time to wait. I'm sure the one thing that is true across the board is that every seller out there wants the process to go as smoothly as possible and with the fewest amount of headaches and hurdles. And chances are, you're no different. But do you know one of the biggest things that can jeopardize your success? The asking price for your home. Pricing your house correctly from the second it hits the market is one of the most crucial steps in the selling process. I can't stress that enough in the current market, and especially across Chicagoland. So, how do you know if you're missing the mark? Here are 4 signs your high asking price might be turning potential buyers away, and why leaning on your realtor, like yours truly, is the best way to course correct. 1. You're not getting many showings or offers. One of the most obvious signs your house may be overpriced is a lack of showings. If it's been on the market for several weeks, and especially within the first 1 or 2 weeks, and only a few buyers have come to see it, or worse, you haven't gotten any offers, it could be a clear indication the price isn't matching up with what buyers expect in today's market. Because buyers who have been looking for a while can easily spot a home that seems overpriced. Someone like me has the market experience and industry insight to coach you through this, so please lean on me. Remember, it's a numbers game. The more buyers that come through the front door, we increase the chances of an offer coming our way. Or better yet, once buyers recognize the home is priced right, we increase the chances of multiple offers because it's harder for people to pass up a good deal, especially when they're already in the market and on the hunt. As a seller in that scenario, it'll be on much higher ground when it comes time to negotiate if you got something they want. And what's better than one offer? More than one offer. So, pro tip. Actually, I'll give you a twofer. If you're not getting much activity on your home and you know in your gut it's the price, dropping the price may be the simplest solution. I'm sure your current realtor has put in a great deal of time and effort to market the heck out of your place. So just make that one change and see what happens. I'm sure at the very least you're bound to see an increase in showing activity. But if you aren't happy with the services you're currently receiving, reach out. I'd love to have a conversation and see how we can help you achieve your ultimate goal. 2. Buyers have consistent negative feedback after showings. So, who likes to hear criticism? It may not be pleasant to hear, even if it's constructive or presented with flowers and candy, but as your realtor, I prefer to share the good, the bad, and the ugly when we do receive feedback after showings. Sellers, feedback from showings is an important part of understanding how buyers see your house. If they consistently say it's overpriced compared to other homes they've seen, it's time to reconsider your pricing strategy. As your agent, I will gather and analyze this feedback for you, so you can look at how your house stacks up in the market. We can also suggest specific improvements or staging changes to better justify your asking price, or recommend one that aligns with today's buyer expectations. As the National Association of Realtors explains, based on all the data gathered, agents may make adjustments to the initial price recommendation. This could involve adjusting for market conditions, property uniqueness, or other factors that may impact the property's value. Side note to my fellow realtors out there. Please show the same level of eagerness to share feedback as you did trying to schedule the showing, especially those last-minute requests because your client is about to hop on a plane and won't be back in town for 2 weeks, or you just happen to be in the area and would love to see the place now. Feedback helps us listing agents to better market the property and advise our clients. Remember, this is an ecosystem where we all cohabitate. Another thing to keep in mind, what goes around comes around. And it's a small world in this business no matter how big Chicagoland is. So, they didn't like it or not a good fit doesn't help much at all. What didn't they like about it? What did you think of the place as a realtor, as a real estate professional, as a colleague? You don't have to write an essay, but come on, at least respond when we're asking to see how it went. 3, it's been on the market for too long. The overall lack of interest will ultimately and likely lead to your house sitting in the market without any serious bites or even any nibbles. The longer it lingers, the more likely it is to raise red flags for buyers who may wonder if there's something wrong with it. Especially in today's market with growing inventory, a long listing period means your house is stale, and that makes it even harder to sell. As your realtor, I'll be able to give you perspective on how quickly other homes in your area are selling and walk you through what's working for others. That way we can decide together if there's something you want to do differently. As a Bankrate article says, check with your agent about the average number of days a home spent on the market in your area. If your listing has been up significantly longer than average, that may be a sign to reduce the price. 4, your neighbor's house sold without any issue. Here's the last one to watch out for. If similar homes in your area are selling faster than yours, it's a clear sign that something is off. This could be due to things like a lack of upgrades, outdated features, or a less desirable location, or it may be priced too high. As your agent, I'll keep you up to date on your competition and what changes so that we can consider what's needed to make your home more competitive and reach the ultimate goal of sitting at a closing table in the near future. I can offer advice on small updates both before we hit the market and certainly after we begin to receive constructive feedback that could increase your home's appeal and how to adjust your strategy to reflect the reality of the market today. And although we can't make every single person happy, we can assess things in a case-by-case scenario while factoring in the level of added value, practicality, and your budget. Bottom line, pricing a home correctly is both an art and a science. It requires a deep understanding of the market and buyer psychology. And when the price isn't drawing in buyers, there's no better resource than your realtor on what you may want to do next. So, what's keeping you from making a move in today's market? I'd love to hear in the comments below. You're trying to cut through all the noise and want to find out what all this means for you and your household? Let's connect. You know how to get in touch with me. I follow both the national and Chicagoland real estate market so that you can make more informed decisions. My name is Rick Batista, your friendly neighborhood realtor, and I'm here to help you find peace of mind with your next move. Let's talk.